And we are fucking live. Neighborhood Jesus just waking up. Oh, yeah. Had a nice nap from like 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Oh, yeah. Because I only got 4 hours of sleep, so I had to get my 4-hour nap in. True story. True motherfucking story. Oh, coffee. Oh, my God. Tonight's wisdom of the night is don't touch my coffee pot. My grandmother dumped out like 7 cups of coffee. I was like, are you kidding me? I was going to drink that. She was like, I didn't want it to overheat and burn the house down. I was like, it's been on for 2 days before. Shut up. Mind your own coffee fucking business. That's my watch still on time. Oh wait, it's not on time. It's 3 minutes fast. I should fix that, but I don't feel like it. Ay, 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 ay. Wait for some people to get in here. And then we got a thing to unbox. We could talk about if the car is back or not. Where are the motherfucking people? Move this window over here. Oh my goodness.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Elias. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special treat. We're going to be installing an intercooler on that black type bar back there. The owner is East Coast FK8. You guys know him as Lawrence. We're going to go take off his bumper. We're going to show you step by step how to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun, so let's get started. For the most part, the tools you'll need basically look like this. The only thing not shown here is a 10mm socket. I'll show you guys where that goes. We're going to be taking off these clips right here. There's a whole lot holding the bumper up.
Jesus.
On top,
I thought I had a lot. It's like 10 of them.
So out of all the clips, they're all pretty easy except for the ones right above the headlight. It'd be very forceful for that. Let's get them off. So once the top clips have been removed, gotta get to the bottom here and start removing these clips. You'll notice that if you scrape a little bit, some of them will be missing. I probably have some missing on mine. No big deal. How you doing over there, Lawrence?
I'm all right. I'm hot.
It's pretty hot today.
Not as fun as it looks either.
Adept Joe's back. What up, man? What's up, dude? How long have you been live? About 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I usually go on at 8. I'm just watching this Type R video. My buddy, 2 of my friends are doing this PRL intercooler install. I just kind of woke up like an hour ago.
The fog light. Basically, you get under there, undo the fog light, and you just pull.
Adept Joe says, what you been up to today? Fucking just had to watch the dog while my family went to the hospital to go get some tests done. Pop had to go get some tests done, EKG, blood work.
That's it.
X-ray, some shit. So I had to watch the dog for about 5 hours, which is not too bad, but kind of taxing when you're a nocturnal person. You go to sleep at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and you have to get up at 6 in the morning. Deb just says he's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just like yearly blood work type deal. He's type 1 diabetic, so, and he has like high blood pressure and shit like that. So, and he's like hardworking as fuck too. So, yeah, true story.
The radiator. More technically, this is actually the air conditioner condenser. Behind this is a radiator. You guys can see in there. You have to take my word for it. These are the horns.
Not 1, but 2 horns. Adept Joe says shades. What up, man?
Very nicely done.
Adept Joe says, who is that Keenan guy who was streaming? It's this kid up in Canada who's actually really, really annoying. Like, I'd rather have you come in here and say, fuck Deontay Wilder every day of my life than have him in the stream, because he's like a shameless self-promoter. It's like clickbait. It's like, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Oh my God, could you guys subscribe to me and watch my stream? I didn't even care about that as much. But one night he came in here and I'm streaming. I just started the stream. Hold on, I gotta pause this to fucking get in depth with this story. Can't get sidetracked. Came in here one night. He's like, Shades. I'm like, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming to the stream. He's like, I'm live streaming and there's only one person in there. I'm like, okay. He's like, you should come to the live stream. I'm like, dude, I'm live streaming. Like, what the fuck? And he goes into this shit like, and he's got like less than 100 subs, you know? So he goes in this whole spiel like, I deserve the credit and I put in so much work and all this shit. I'm like, dude, you have like 7 videos. Get the fuck out of my face. I have over like 200 videos on here. Fuck you. It really got on my nerves. I was like, dude, this is the last straw. I'm not going to listen to some fucking 15-year-old tell me, and I worked so hard and I deserve the credit, and come over to my live stream and hit that like button. Oh my God, bro. You should have. I mean, I don't know if I should log my streams and like put if something crazy happens or like remember, because there's so many of them. I live stream for like at least an hour or two every day. So it was funny as fuck though. And like it turned into me like going to his live stream and he was watching my live stream while he was live streaming. So it was basically like a miniature conference call. I was like, dude, get a fucking life. And then like I'm watching his stream and it's me on his phone going, dude, get a fucking life. It's like a relay call. It's too good. It was a big hit. And coincidentally, that stream of his was his most popular. So I guess people were watching it because of that shit. I was like, Keenan's mom, he's been there watching gay porn. I was just like screaming at the top of my lungs trying to get his mom to come in there. Because the whole reason that people watch his stream or have any interest in his stream is his mom busted in on him one night while he was streaming in her robe and just like took over his computer and didn't know he was streaming and like started cursing and acting crazy. Apparently, it's quite the first motherly impression. Adeb Joe says he looks like he's mentally challenged. I'm not sure about that. He reminds me of Fuller from Home Alone. Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi. Deb Joe says, it's the millennials, dude. They think they're entitled to everything now with no hard work. You know, that is really what it is. That completely sums it up. I mean, I'm, fucking 29. I was born in 88, so technically I'm at the beginning of millennials probably, But the way young millennials, like 15 years old nowadays or not even 19 years old, I mean, it is baffling how much entitlement they have. You know what I mean? This motherfucker made 7 videos that are useless and comes in here to somebody that's been doing this for like 6 months. It's made over 200 videos on one channel that he's had for 2 months. Or, 100 videos, 200 videos. I lose track. I stream every night. You know what I mean? Eric's in the house. Yo, guess who's drinking? Drinking again. Eric's drinking. Tell your friends. What up, Eric? Deb Joe says, have you seen Simon Sinek talk on millennials on YouTube, Shades? I haven't, but I'm sure it's pretty funny. There's a lot to be said. They're fucking stupid. Eric's laughing his ass off. Eric's drinking. Tell all your friends. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, buddy. Man, I want my car back. As the title of this description of the stream says, did I get a car? Well, you guys tuned in? No, I didn't get my car back today. Hopefully that's a good thing, so they do it right and there's no, bullshit. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. If it's not ready by tomorrow, I'm going to be kind of like annoyed, like 3 days, really. But it would make for a good Friday if it got like done early Friday. But I think it'll be done tomorrow, probably around 4 or 5. Eric says, laughing my ass off. Oh, damn. Oh, man, damn. But I do have a nice, lovely gift. One of my family members sent me. They heard I was doing a bunch of work on my car. They were like, hey, when it gets done, you're going to want this. I was like, okay. Comes with car wash, Scratch X 2.0, cleaner wax, tire shine, interior detailer, and glass cleaner. Pretty nice. McGuire's complete kit. And it's ironic too, because I was out of for car wash, I usually just use like dish soap. Honestly, it works so good. You don't really need to spend a bunch on car wash. But the interior detailer I was out of, tire shine. I have some wheel cleaner, and then like I usually don't wax my car because my paint is so old. So kind of comes down to, once I get a fresh respray of the car, like I think the next thing we'll be doing is getting a fresh set of tires because I need them. And then fucking what else? We're gonna get the front nose clip, so new hood, new fenders, bumper, lip, headlights, etc. And then once we do that, we're gonna fucking respray the whole car. Where are we at? Eric says, "Oh hell yeah, that's what's up, man." Wing King, what up, Wing King? Yo, yo, yo. Deb Joe says, "Yo, here's my man, my wingman, Wing King. What up, dude?" Eric says, "Wing King, what up, bro? How the fuck you doing, Wing King?" Wait, hold the phone. Dude, no wonder it has overheating problems. Look how baby this intercooler is. Like, what the fuck is that? That's like super small. I mean, it sits on 22 pounds of boost to make 306. I mean, that is so fucking tiny. It's not even funny. No wonder it has overheating problems. Wing King says, "I just got YouTube red shades just for Cobra Kai." That's great. Wing King says, "What's up, fam?" Deb Joe says, "Shades, watch the Simon Sinek video. It's excellent." I will. Up next. Deb Joe says, "Wing King, me and Shades are debating Wilder." You're debating Wilder. Dude, I'm not saying Joshua's not a good fighter. It just makes for I just want to see him fight, basically, you know? And fucking Hearn fucking counter offered that $50 million and like went into where's the money coming from?
There's a very big difference.
And like Corey Lee Boxing, this other boxing channel, he made the best point. He's like, when you go to McDonald's and you get something off the dollar menu, do they ask you where that dollar came from? Like when you make a purchase or you put money out, they don't ask you where that money came from. As long as it's there.
But for people that are going to be using it, like we're going to be using it on a track with a tune, you're going to want that bigger pipe, whether it's PRL, Mishimoto, whatever you choose.
Let's see. Trying to see. Wait, hold on. Trying to see if I see myself in the show. Winky. Dub Joe says, "Me too." What was the counter? I'm not even sure. Wing King says, "Wilder KOs Joshua." That dude's got such reach, man, and so like. And the irony was that Ortiz fight, man. Like, I thought that Ortiz was gonna fuck him up with it once he got those like 30 or 40 fucking punches and all his body shots and got him on the ropes. Shit, I was like, oh no, is this the night Wilder gets fucked up? Shit was crazy. Deb Joe says, "I don't think Joshua's ducking Wilder. I think Hearn is." I think it's a combo, honestly. I think Joshua's trying to hang on to that UK title as much as he can because it's the spotlight, man. But I mean, when Wilder's saying, you know, hey, fucking, we'll come over to UK, we could do it in Brooklyn, we'll do it wherever the fuck you want. It's like, there ain't no running on his side. I mean, he's going to be making money.
But I did have to use the Allen key for the bottom since it didn't fit. And then the top of that side. So that's something to keep note of.
Wing King says Joshua may not, but Hearn is because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to lose his cash cow. Dude, that's summing it up, man. Seriously. It's that gatekeeper shit. They want to keep those fucking fighters going as long as they can to make us. I mean, boxing is so much money, dude. And if fucking, like, let's say they took that $50 million offer, that is the most expensive fucking boxing match to ever exist. Like, bigger than Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, fucking anybody, any fight ever. That's like insane. I don't think they can walk away from that though. That's why they're asking, you know, where's this money coming from? Is this racketeering? Is this extortion? Is this, are you guys like drug dealers? You know, where'd you get $50 million from, basically? Adept Joe says, "I think Joshua versus Wilder is just a straight shootout. Whoever lands first wins." I'm not saying Joshua couldn't win. I mean, Joshua's definitely a good fighter, you know. I think the way that Wilder is, dude, he's kind of like almost like a it's weird like saying this. He's like almost like the way you watch him box and shit, and like the way he plans out his moves. He sees one wrong footwork or one wrong vulnerability, and he just like lunges like a fucking cheetah. Like he's done that shit in multiple fights, and it's just like crazy to watch. Deb Joe says Hearn knows Al Heyman is good for the amount of money. That was a diversion tactic. Yeah, basically. It's like I just throw it out there like, oh, we're stalling.
So there we have it. We installed a PRL intercooler in the Type R. It's much easier than I anticipated. The only pain in the butt part is taking off all the clips. And then, of course, putting them back on. You can see Lawrence or East Coast FKA putting his best.
Simon Sinek on millennials in the work. Is it in the workplace or the millennial question? Which one am I looking for? It's hard to train for Wilder, Wayne King says. Joe says Shades Wilder's not that gifted boxing wise, but his power is devastating. Yeah, it's power, but I'm telling you, man, the way he plans that shit out. Like, I'm not saying he's the best boxer ever, like footwork style or any of that stuff. I mean, there's definitely been more gifted boxers out there with their style or whatever. But I'm talking literally, it's like a fucking anaconda or something. You know, he's like constricting or something. They could kill you or like a stalker, basically. You know what I mean? It's like these like animals that are fucking predator stalker type deal. They bite you, then they wait for you to fucking die, then they eat you. You know what I mean? It's like that Ortiz fight. Ortiz took like one step wrong and looked kind of like Jello, and then he just lunged in, dude. That shit was crazy. 11th round or 12th round or whatever it was. That shit was nuts. Let's see. Where are we at? Wayne King says the drunk octopus style is hard to beat. Eric's laughing. Deb Joe says the one with the most views, Shades. Deb Joe says he was struggling with Sapilka, and then he almost decapitated him. Wayne King says Southpaw. How the fuck do you say that name, Sapilka? That SZ threw me the fuck off. I'm not gonna lie. The one with the most views, I guess it's the Simon Sinek on millennials in the workplace. Wayne King says Southpaw. A little lefty action.
What's the millennial question? Apparently, millennials as a generation, which is a group of people who were born approximately 1984 and after.
You say 94 or 84?
Are tough to manage. And
so I'm not a millennial.
Entitled.
What the fuck am I then? If I'm in I was born in 88. I thought that was in there.
Unfocused? Lazy?
Unfocused? Lazy?
Entitled is the big one.
Entitled is the big one.
And because they confound leadership so much, what's happening is
the most popular one. This thing has 8 million views.
What do you want? The millennials are saying, we want to work in a place with purpose. Love that. We want to make an impact. You know, whatever that means. We want free food and beanbags.
We want free food and beanbags. What
somebody
the fuck?
articulates some sort of purpose. There's lots of free food and there's beanbags, and yet for some reason they're still not happy, and that's because the missing. There's
He says 84. Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was like, did they say 84 or 94?
I can break it down into 4 pieces, right? There are four things, 4 characteristics. One is parenting. The other one is technology. Third is impatience, and the fourth is environment. The generation that we call millennials, too many of them grew up subject to, not my words, failed parenting strategies. You know? Where, for example, they were told that they were special all the time. They were told that they could have anything they want in life, just because they want it. Right? They were told. Some of them got into honors classes not because they deserved it, but because their parents complained. And some of them got A's not because they earned them, but because the teachers didn't want to deal with the parents. Participation medals. You got a medal for coming in last.
Got a medal for coming in last. That's what's wrong with this generation. Participation trophies.
And the reward for those who actually work hard. And And that actually makes the person who comes in last feel embarrassed because they know they didn't deserve it. So it actually makes them feel worse, right? So you take this group of people and they graduate school and they get a job and they're thrust into the real world. And in an instant, they find out they're not special. Their moms can't get them a promotion. That you get nothing for coming in last. And by the way, you can't just have it because you want it, right? And in an instant, their entire self-image is shattered. And so you have an entire generation that's growing up with lower self-esteem than previous generations. The other problem to compound it is we're growing up in a Facebook, Instagram world. In other words, we're good at putting filters on things. We're good at showing people that life is amazing, even though I'm depressed. Right? And so
dude, this dude's spot on.
Tough, and everybody sounds like they got it all figured out. And the reality is there's very little toughness in most people.
I love this shit.
So when the more senior people say, well, what should we do? They sound like, this is what you got to do. And they have no clue. Right? So you have an entire generation growing up with lower self-esteem than previous generations, right? Through no fault of their own. Through no fault of their own, right? They were dealt a bad hand, right? Now let's add in technology. We know that engagement with social media and our cell phones releases a chemical called dopamine. That's why when you get a text, it feels good, right? So, we've all had it where you're feeling a little bit down or feeling a bit lonely. And so you send out 10 texts to 10 friends, hi, 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 hi. Because it feels good when you get a response, right? Right? It's why we count the likes. It's why we go back 10 times to see if my Instagram is growing slower. Did I do something wrong? Did they not like me anymore, right? The trauma for young kids to be unfriended, right? Because we know when you get it, you're going to hit a dopamine, which feels good. It's why we like it. It's why we keep going back to it. Dopamine is the exact same chemical that makes us feel good when we smoke.
Hold on, I missed some comments. Winking says, be right back. Eric says 10-4 wing. And then he says, Shades, I don't know if you're hitting up the old Fortnite tonight, but it will be funny as fuck tonight. Dude, I'm down. And back to what we're listening to, watching. This definitely makes me feel like an older generation, like I'm not a millennial. I think the only thing I have in common with millennials, or one of the characteristics he says, is impatience. And to a degree, I am pretty impatient, but not always, not with everything, It's more with just like driving. People drive under the speed limit. I get pretty annoyed. Or let's say I'm waiting for my car. That's kind of annoying, but I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't send text messages out to fucking I don't send text messages out to get dopamine levels up to feel better. Like, I text merely as a form of communication. Just, we have it, so use it type deal. Or counting likes on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Like, fuck that.
When we drink and when we gamble. In other words, it's highly, highly addictive, right? We have age restrictions on smoking, gambling, and alcohol.
Eric says, where's my car?
On social media and self.
My packages. Dude, packages, I agree.
Saying to our teenagers, hey, by the way, this adolescence thing, if it gets you down. But that's basically what's happening. That's basically what's happening.
That just is watching all, dude. I don't mean it relates to you, but it's awesome. Oh, yeah, no. Hold on. I know. I'm not saying that, like, it's supposed to relate to me just because I was born in 88 or whatever, but, like, technically I am. But I'm saying, like, from the 90s on, I think those are the real millennials. I think the people that were born in the 80s, that shit is, like, it gets worse and worse, basically. Like, 88, that's pretty much, like, a cutoff point. What I'm saying is I feel like an old soul. Like, I listen to old music. I don't listen to new music. Like, I feel like a fucking ghost in this generation.
Numbing to
Jamar, what up? What up, player? Eric says, Jamar in the building.
Why is this important? Almost every alcoholic discovered alcohol when they were teenagers. When we're very, very young, the only approval we need is the approval of our parents. And as we go through adolescence, we make this transition where we now need the approval of our peers.
Oh.
Very frustrating for our parents, very important for us. That allows us to acculturate outside of our immediate families into a broader tribe, right? It's a highly, highly stressful and anxious period of our lives, and we're supposed to learn to rely on our friends. Some people, quite by accident, discover alcohol and numbing effect.
Jamar says, when are you getting the car back? Hopefully tomorrow, man. I didn't expect to get it back today because it's a fuckload of work. Like, at least I'd say it would take them at least 8 to 12 hours to get all that shit done. So I dropped the car off yesterday afternoon just to have it over there because I had shit to do today, so I wouldn't have time to drop it off there at 7 o'clock in the morning. But so the car was there as soon as they opened up today. So from 7 until 5. So that's what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fucking 10 hours today. Because I'm sure they got other cars, like not all the techs are working together just on my car. So hopefully I'd say tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, definitely Friday. Because I mean, I've gotten work put in, like when they did my full bolt-ons, the manifold, the exhaust, and the header, 3 big things, you know, that took them 5 hours, you know what I mean? So hopefully tomorrow, though. I'd like to get it back tomorrow. We got Iceman up in here. Iceman, what up, dude? Yo. Dude, how was work today, man? How was the training? Are you Nissan certified yet? Are you well on your way to test driving some GTRs? Iceman says, I got good news, Shades. It's a 90%. I'll get the DC5 by September. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Me and Iceman are going to roll through this bitch in style. Iceman, look what I got today. Seeing as I'm getting all this work done on my car, one of my family members sent me this nice old McGuire's complete kit. Oh yeah, yeah, buddy. This fucking box is heavy. Jamar Turner says only the master tech can drive the GTR. LOL. Yeah, he can drive or test drive any car except for the GTR. You have to be Nissan certified. That's hilarious. They're like, yeah, all that shit except for that one.
It's a dopamine to help them cope with the stresses and anxieties of adolescence. Unfortunately, that becomes hardwired in their brains, and for the rest of their lives, when they suffer significant stress, they will not turn into a person who will turn
on the phone.
awful.
Is Throb streaming right now? What the fuck? We got Throb in a distant land.
James says, that's a magpie flying around you. Love their singing. Bass Pro Shops are a total experience. A magpie. They call them crackles here.
Iceman says, let's just say every month I'll be able to get 1K. Hell yeah. I thought you'd be making more than that, honestly. I guess you're starting out, so.
Yeah, me too. The alternative's probably not good, so I'm glad we're here. If where we were headed, it's a good thing. Thunder Whisper says, is it an open range for bird hunting? Most of the birds down here, I think, are protected. So, probably not.
Eric says, hell yeah, Iceman. Iceman says, not counting commissions or bonuses. Word, word. Eric said, you get that DC5, bro. Iceman says, they gave 4 ways I get paid in my dealer. What are the 4 ways? Like, what are the 4 options for payment? Jamar says, are there any timing belts left at Nissan to do, or are they all chain now? I'm pretty sure that most newer cars, they run off a timing chain. So my car's an 02, like RSX runs off a timing chain because timing belts can slip. And if it slips, the cam angle timing can, get off like 180 degrees and destroy the motor. I've actually snapped the timing chain before. And what happens when you snap a timing chain as opposed to slipping the belt? Like, let's say the belt slips a couple teeth and then it keeps going and you'll have valve to piston contact and it'll destroy the motor. But if you snap a timing chain just like you would snap a bike chain, it's just a free flowing you know, cam basically. I mean, cam gear. Like the cam gears are just free flowing, like literally. So it doesn't destroy the motor. Like when I snapped my timing chain, it did nothing wrong to the motor. You just turn the car, like let's say you're driving, you snap the timing chain, you can't accelerate anymore, but you hear this like winding noise, which is your cam gears and cams and stuff still going when you press the gas. But it sounds like a supercharger, like a whining noise. It's so creepy. Just pull over as soon as possible and turn the car off and literally call a tow truck, get it to the shop, and get a new timing chain. It's pretty scary though, honestly. We thought we blew up the motor at first. Iceman says commission based. Well, what are the other 3 ways? B to the y'all. Jamar says with the new cars, it's hard to make money flat right now because they don't need anything done. Pretty much, you know? That's the kind of crazy thing about the newer cars. Like they have so many fail safes in them and this and that, I mean, the only thing you're really going to make is if it's auto body collision. So somebody wrecks, that's one thing, or maintenance, oil changes, filter changes, you know, transmission fluid, shit like that, rotating tires or something. Like for the most part, if people drive the car respectable and responsible, that it really doesn't need that much. That's a good point. Yep, only brakes and tires pretty much and oil changes. Exactly. Man, those fucking Hawk HPS pads, I've had them on there for like probably 30, 40,000 miles. They fucking last forever. I mean, granted, I don't drive my car like hundreds of miles a day or something like that, but still, even at that, like with like going pretty fast a lot, they still got meat on them. It's crazy. Jamar says now the oil changes at 10,000 miles. You don't change the spark plugs or coolant for 100,000 miles. Yep. Well, that's because pretty much everybody nowadays is running synthetic oil. Actually, run conventional oil. It's not that I don't see a benefit with a synthetic, or you know, it's nicer to have to not change it for 10,000 miles. But for a performance car that's had its whole life on conventional, don't change over to synthetic, because if the car started and had most of its like life with conventional, don't change it over to synthetic, because it'll open up a can of worms. It started on synthetic, just stay on synthetic. But I think conventional is the way to go, honestly, for you know, fast tuner cars and stuff like that. It's just my personal preference. Oil is oil. Oil doesn't need extra bells and whistles. And plus, like, change it over 3,000 miles, it's fresher oil. You know, I want the freshest oil possible. Eric says, I drive my DC-5 like 70 miles a day. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Oh my goodness. Ugh. Need more coffee. It's time for some easy motherfucking E, because Eric's drinking. You ready to go get this money? Jamar says, remember the royal purple bullshit? It was the slickest shit on the planet. I almost, dude, it's funny. I almost fucking got some of that one time. And this fucking guy at like Advanced Auto Part was like, don't get that shit. Are you saying it's good? I would assume if you're calling it bullshit. He was like, dude, I can't imagine a bigger way to open up a can of worms in the engine. He's like, fuck that shit. They're like, it's for the performance car. I just run Pennzoil because Pennzoil, if you think about it, all oil comes from, you know, like refineries and stuff like that. Pennzoil is like one of the biggest refineries in the country, in the world. You know what I mean? So might as well just go fucking Pennzoil. Eric says, yes, sir, to Easy E, LOL. Jamar says, it was like $10 a quart. Yeah, that too. The price. Such a fucking joke. Like when I get Pennzoil, if you buy it in single quarts and not a 5-gallon jug, even just that at O'Reilly, you can save like, I'm trying to think how much it is. Like, let's say a 5-gallon jug of it's like $40. If you buy single bottles of it, fucking, it's like $27. Jamar says, fuck Royal Purple. Yeah, for real. It's a gimmick, you know what I mean? And the bitch had a dick. What I thought was a bitch was nothing but a man. This shit. This is my Fortnite song. We should just like blast this shit. It's gonna get us in the best mood ever. Eric's laughing his ass off. Yeah, $10 a quart. That's quite expensive per oil change. That shit is synthetic though, so I mean 10,000 miles, but dude, I just don't trust that shit. I've heard so much negative reviews about Royal Purple. Royal Purple, I think they make transmission fluid that's halfway decent or pretty good. People with RSXs say that Royal Purple is a really good transmission fluid to run, but I don't trust it. Eric says, yes, we should. And cruising down the street on my 6'4", jocking the bitches, slapping the hose, picking up the Fortnite, getting that Port-a-Fort. Jamar says, this kid at my job had a SRT4, and that's all he used. All he used was Royal Purple. He's in that souped up neon. I've dusted some SRT4s before. It's pretty funny. I mean, they're kind of fast, but they ain't shit. It's a neon with a turbo. Yeah, as far as oil goes, man, just run some like fucking Pennzoil or Castrol GTX or something like that. Like Amsoil I hear is pretty decent. I just honestly, my tech, he turned me on to Pennzoil because that's what they use at the place I get my fucking work done at. He's like, dude, all these gimmicks. He's like, just use Pennzoil. I promise you, you won't have problems. You're not gonna hear any ticking or any of that shit. Like, I mean, the car does really good even when it is burning a little bit of oil because it's a high compression motor. So when you get on it and you're always getting on it, you're gonna burn up a little bit of oil. So I mean, even if the car's half a quart or even 2 quarts low, my car still doesn't really tick that much. And plus, you just fill it right back up. It's good to go. I mean, some 5W30, man. That's where it's at. I mean, I used to, in the winter, I think I used to run a 5W20. Or maybe I'm thinking backwards. Maybe it was 5W20 in the warmer weather or vice versa. I can't remember. I remember one time they put 5W20 in. It was pretty thin, and it was like pretty wild style. Eric says, chug, fill that hoe up. Should start making Fortnite rap. Chug, fill that hoe up. Chug, fill that hoe up. That's right. It's time for that motherfucking Bobby Womack across 110th Street, across Haunted Hills. Across Dusty David. They're doing the crystal jump. That's the motherfuckers sing. I gotta stop smoking. I think you could sing better when you're just younger, when you're like in your early 20s or younger. Because Bobby Womack can't even sing like he did back then. No joking. You watch these fools now, like older, they're in their 60s, they can't sing this shit no more. The ghetto is a day-to-day fight. Been down so long.
You don't know what you're doing, so you put up a pressure. Across 110th Street.
Hell of a test. Across 110th Street. It's fun. 110th Street. Help the junkie for free. Ain't that the truth? Bush is trying to help the junkie for free. Eric's fine laughing. My advice is either live or die. If you want to survive. I'm trying to teleport back to 1970s, just like play funk, jazz, soul music, be the drummer. Nobody makes music like this anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can't get shit like this no more. Man, now I kind of want to play Fortnite. Is it time for some Fortnite?
Last night I was so depressed, and I read
That bass.
and I turned to the book of Revelation. If people would just read the Bible,
That's that farty bass.
it would really turn around and straighten out.
Eric says, haha, I don't know, maybe. What about Fortnite or finding music like that? I mean, there's some things that are kind of on the same order, but I don't know, man. Some of the things back then, man, they were just like special. Eric says, I got 4 if we do. Full squad. Oh, okay, okay. Play my guitar and everything.
So listen, brothers and the whites, blacks and the blackers, police and the backers, they're all political letters. People running from their words, while the judge and his jury, they think the law is totally right. Can't call it, not falling, fussing and a cussing. My feeling now is killing, for peace no one is willing. How to make you get that feeling? Everybody's talking, use the people and the dope. Educated fools from uneducated schools, giving people in the room, polluting water and the food. And Nixon talking about don't worry. He said don't worry. He said don't worry. He said don't worry. But they don't know there can be no show. And if there's hell below, we're all gonna go. Everybody praying and everybody singing. But when come time to do, everybody's laying, just talking about don't worry. They say don't worry. They say don't worry. They say don't worry. So listen, brothers and the whites, blacks and the crackers, police and the backers, they're all political actors.
All political actors.
Smoke,
Smoke.
the people and the dope, educated fools from uneducated schools, giving people
Loading up this Fortnite. Oh yeah, shit yeah.
And everybody's saying don't worry. They say don't worry. They say don't worry. They say don't worry. But they don't know there can be no show. And if there's hell below,
We're all gonna go.
Lord, what we gonna do?
Loading up the Fortnite.
Everything I say is true. This ain't no way at all. If only all the masters see. But they keep talking about your world. This ain't your world. This ain't your world. This ain't your world.
Oh. Bia, Bia. What up, y'all? catch me outside. How about that? Get it. Get wild style. I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick. Be all. That's right. Damn, son. Oh shit. Moly, moly, moly.